Hi everybody, welcome, thanks for coming out. So we're all here today to oppose an impending imperialist war of aggression against the Islamic Republic of Iran. We're here to demand also immediate withdrawal of all troops from West Asia and to oppose this war of aggression. So we've invited some speakers from some left and progressive organizations here in Portland to speak and give context on this situation and their perspectives. And we also hope that this will help us to build an anti-war movement in Portland.
So to get us started today, we have Sahar from DSA. Sahar, if you want to go ahead and come up. Woo!
How's everyone doing? Thank you so much for showing up. My name is Sahar. I use she or they pronouns, and I'm a proud member of the Democratic Socialists of America, Portland. I'm also Iranian American. My parents are currently in Iran. A few weeks ago, I wasn't sure what was going to happen to my parents. A few weeks ago, an impeached occupant of the White House ordered an assassination of an Iranian general on Iraqi soil that almost escalated into an all-out regional war. And far too many people have already lost their lives to these endless wars and conflicts due to U.S. intervention. While the threat of war has dissipated and I feel a little bit better about my parents being in Iran, we can't afford to see this as a win and go back to living our daily lives. Millions of Iranians have been out on the streets protesting these past few weeks, and far too many have been killed. Everything is not okay in Iran. We are still waging war against everyday Iranians and have been doing so for years in the form of sanctions. Iran has been under some form of sanctions for decades. Roughly 80 to 90% of Iran's economy is under sanctions from the United States. There's really not much left to sanction. My family and millions of others have been bearing the brunt of this embargo for longer than I've been alive. While in theory, food, prescription drugs, and medical equipment are not among sanctioned goods, it's very much a different story in practice. A few years ago, with far fewer sanctions in place, over 6 million patients lacked access to essential treatment as a direct result of U.S. sanctions. This is economic warfare. Sanctions have also destroyed the value of Iranian currency, and massive inflation has pushed millions of people into poverty. Inflation is over 50%. This has absolutely destroyed the middle class and eroded efforts being made on the ground to improve human rights conditions in the country. Time and time again, when the U.S. has intervened, whether in the form of a coup, economic sanctions, or threat of war, everyday Iranians have been the ones to suffer. The Iranian government has tightened its grip on power and points its finger at the U.S. Sanctions kill. Decades-long sanctions are a form of warfare. We can't just sit back and watch the Middle East continue to be destabilized by our government with the aid of some of the biggest human rights abusers in the world. This is about all of us. This is about our collective liberation, and there is no liberation with U.S. imperialism and colonization wreaking havoc around the world. We need to stand together. Our movements need to stand in solidarity together. It's the only way to stop this capitalist war machine. Thank you.